All right, let's settle one of the biggest debates in tech today. We're talking about the ultimate showdown for your living room, QLED versus OLED. These are the two heavyweights of the TV world, and honestly, the differences between them could totally make or break your next movie night. So let's get right into it. If you've been shopping for a new TV lately, you know these are the two names you see everywhere. It really is a battle for the best possible picture, and trust me, by the end of this, you are going to know exactly which one is right for you.
So where do we even begin? Well, it all starts with the single biggest difference between them, and it's actually pretty simple. It all comes down to how they make light. First up, we've got OLED. That stands for Organic Light-Emitting Diode. The keyword you want to remember there is emitting. Think of an OLED screen as millions and millions of tiny microscopic light bulbs. Every single pixel makes its own light, and it can turn itself on and off completely independently.
Now, on the other side of the ring is QLED, which stands for Quantum Dot LED TV. And even though the name sounds similar, it is a totally different beast. A QLED is basically a super advanced version of the LCD TVs we've known for years. It has a big, powerful backlight, and that light shines through a bunch of layers to make the picture, including a special layer of something called quantum dots, these tiny crystals that give QLEDs their super vibrant colors.
And this, right here, is the key to the whole thing. OLED is emissive. It makes its own light, pixel by pixel. QLED is transmissive. It has a backlight that's always on, and it has to try and block that light to make things dark. This one fundamental difference is where pretty much all their biggest strengths and their biggest weaknesses come from.
Okay, let the showdown begin. Round one is all about black levels and contrast. And just about any expert will tell you, this is probably the most important part of getting an amazing picture.
And boom! Right out of the gate, we have a clear winner. It is OLED, and it's not even close. You see, because each pixel is its own little light, to make perfect black, an OLED pixel just turns off. That's it. It emits no light at all. We're talking pure, absolute black.
And this quote really hits the nail on the head. That ability to go completely black gives OLED what we call an infinite contrast ratio. It's the difference between the brightest white and the darkest black. And it's why watching a movie set in space on an OLED just looks unreal. The stars pop against the perfect blackness. It's just incredible.
But hold on, QLED is ready to fight back in round two, peak brightness.
And this is where QLED really lands a massive blow. Because it has that powerful, dedicated backlight, a good QLED TV can get way, way brighter than an OLED. We're talking over 2,000 nits of brightness. Now, why does that matter? Well, if you watch TV in a really bright, sunny room, that extra power cuts right through the glare. It also makes those little highlights in HDR movies look incredibly intense.
Okay, moving on to round three. And this one is for anyone out there who doesn't always get that perfect, dead center seat on the couch. Let's talk viewing angles.
And once again, the trophy goes to OLED. Since every pixel is shooting light directly at your eyes, the picture looks amazing from pretty much anywhere in the room. With a QLED, because you're looking through all those layers, the picture can start to look a little washed out and colors can shift as you move off to the side. So for a big family movie night with people all over the place, OLED is definitely the way to go.
So picture quality is one thing, right? But buying a TV also comes down to, real-world stuff. So let's talk about the practical side of things. We're talking price, size, and just general peace of mind.
And in the real world, this is where QLED really starts to shine. Generally speaking, they're just cheaper, especially when you get into those massive screen sizes. You can often get a giant 85-inch QLED for what a 65-inch OLED might cost. QLEDs also come in a much bigger range of sizes, from small to absolutely gigantic. And then there's that little issue of risk, which brings us to a really big topic.
Okay, let's just address the elephant in the room with OLED, burn-in. This is that fear that if you leave a static image on the screen for too long, like a news channel logo or a video game health bar, it'll get permanently stuck there. Now, is it possible? Yes, technically. But the reality is, for most people watching normal, varied stuff, it's extremely rare these days. Modern OLEDs have all kinds of smart technology built in to prevent it from happening.
So, after all the rounds, after all the technical talk, what's the final verdict? Well, here's the truth. There is no single best TV. The best TV is the one that's a perfect match for you and how you watch.
So,
You should go with an OLED if you are a true cinephile. If picture quality is your #1 absolute top priority, end of story. If you've got a darker room for watching movies and you want those perfect black levels and amazing viewing angles for the whole family, an OLED is going to give you an experience that is just unbeatable.
But on the other hand, you should absolutely choose a QLED if your TV lives in a bright living room with tons of windows. That extra brightness is a game changer. If your main goal is getting the biggest possible screen for your budget, or if you're a heavy gamer or news watcher and are a little worried about burn-in, then QLED is for sure the smarter, more practical choice.
So at the end of the day, the choice really comes down to what you care about most. Is it the perfect inky blacks and flawless viewing angles of an OLED, or is it the blazing brightness and get a bigger screen for your buck value of a QLED? The battle is over, and now the choice is all yours.